afternoon. It is our last session today, and we switch a little bit because today we continue the lecture in Galois theory, and tomorrow will be a training session, right? Okay, I will continue what we talked yesterday. Okay, this is the outline, more or less. I will start with cyclotomic fields first, before we comes to the main topics about Galois theory, and also we will learn about automorphism group. Yeah, so we start with the cyclotomic fields first. Yeah, in this special polynomial, you can see we have the polynomial x2n minus 1 over q. We can use the complex number here to get all the root of this polynomial. So how we can use it? Recall, maybe you was already known, but the complex brief. So every non-zero complex number a plus bi in C can be uniquely written in the polar coordinates, and if the yes, you already know, if the radius is 1, so r is equal to 1, we have the special case. I should make a diagram here. Yeah, this one. So the radius is 1. So you have the equation, this r is equal to 1. So E I theta is equal to cosinus theta plus I sin theta. Theta positive, r positive, and theta between 0 and 2 pi. Now what happened here? Our polynomial, yeah, over q, we can use this fact. So there are n distinct solution of this polynomial in this situation. Yeah. Namely, the solution is you can see in the last row here. This is the solution of this equation, and every n we have n solutions here. There are n, we call it n root of unity, and if we power this solution by n, almost always equal to 1. So we have exactly n roots in this polynomial. So the complex numbers, I mean the C, the set of complex numbers contains a splitting field for x n minus 1. The splitting field for this polynomial over Q is viewed as the field generated by this A, by this A power 2 p ki over n in C, where k from 0 to n minus 1. Yeah. And if we collect all these roots, it forms a cyclic group under multiplication, because you can see here, if you multiply, let alpha and beta as the roots, and of course alpha power n is equal to 1 and beta power n is equal to 1 also, and if we multiply both of them is equal 1, so they forms a group, cyclic group here. So the generator of this cyclic group is called a primitive. This is the name, and let zeta n denote the primitive n root of unity. So the other primitive n roots of unity are the elements, so the power of this zeta n, where a, the power zeta n power a, where a is between 1 and n. This is integer relative prime to n. These other primitive nth roots of unity are the other generators of this cyclic group of order n. So over C, let zeta n the first n roots of unity. You see, this is decay is 0. You can compare with, this is the general. So A to if we take the k is equal to 1, you will get this one. This is the first n root of unity. Then the other roots of unity are we multiply this with k, which k 0 to n minus 1. So you can count zeta 1 is equal to 1 and zeta 2 is equal to minus 1. This is easy to count, So, and what is the important here? Maybe we will use this one, zeta 3. This happen when we replace n by 3 and k by 1. Now, the splitting field of this polynomial over Q is the field Q zeta n, and this field is called the cyclotomic field of n roots of unity. When n is prime, we have the special condition. Here, we can factorize x power p minus 1 into 2 multiplication x minus 1 times the rest, because. So the second factor here is irreducible. Okay, now Vpx, the minimal polynomial of zeta p over Q. Remember that zeta p is a complex number, and we have a minimal polynomial over Q, and this order is degree p minus 1. So in general, the degree is equal to Vn. Later we will use the property, but we will come to this property later. But in the beginning, we can see that the Galois of this extension field is isomorph with the set of unit element in the group of Zn under multiplication. It brings all the function. This is the set of automorphism. Sigma A, for example, we send A to A mod n, where this is the function or homomorphism with this definition. So we send all zeta n to zeta n power A. A is integer, positive integer. Okay, let mu n denote the group of n roots of unity over Q, like this. Then Zn isomorph with mu n by this mapping for a fixed primitive n root of unity. This is more properties about this unity. Okay, I will give you maybe some idea how we can use this situation to our problem. Yesterday we have already see our polynomial. This polynomial over Q. we know that one of the root of this polynomial is, call it alpha, for example. This is third root of 2. Yeah, this is the real numbers. Yeah, but actually there is another roots of this polynomial, but not in this field. So q third root of 2, this is extension field of q, but there are still another roots which are not in this field. Okay, so we can find what is the other roots are. Okay, let alpha this one, because it is root of this polynomial, means alpha power 3 is equal to 2. And let zeta is third root of unity. So third root of unity means it is the root of this one. You still remember? Because we already know the general situation like this. If this power is 3, so we have third root of unity. Now what happens if we multiply this zeta with alpha power 3? This is multiplication. Both of them are numbers, complex numbers. This is real and this is complex, but generally they are complex numbers. So we have this one, right? And because it is a third root of unity, what happened here? This one. So this equals to 2. Yeah, it means this multiplication is also a root of the polynomial. Yeah, so we find the other roots of this polynomial, which is complex numbers. And you can look at once more in our list. So I will back. Yeah, this is our zeta. Yeah, because this is 3, it means third root of unity. So this, yeah, maybe it's better. So minus 1 multiply with this one, alpha, is also root of this our polynomial. So we find the other root. Yesterday we have already used this, yeah. Okay, and all the roots of this polynomial, this is alpha, so we call it, this is beta, for example, and we still have once more gamma, for example. It is gamma, it's alpha times zeta 3 square. No. Yeah. This is, you can multiply this one. So this alpha is 1, and you can multiply this square this one. So we find 3 of roots of these polynomials. It means we have the other field extension field of Q This is Q. Yesterday we have already known that the other field is this one. Yeah, you can look at your notes if you have notes. So we have this situation, and later we will see that this is extension field. This is also extension field. The one of them is Galois, but the other is not Galois. Yeah. Okay, I will continue first before we come to this Galois. Okay, now we come to the notion of the definition of automorphism of K. K is a field, and we can make a homomorphism or linear transformation in this case, but we only consider the isomorphism on K. Yeah, so we call like this, and we call it automorphism of K, denoted by out K. Yeah. An automorphism sigma in out K is said to fix an element alpha in K if the image is equal to the alpha itself. And moreover, if if F is a subset of K, then an automorphism sigma is said to be fixed F if it fixes all the elements of F. It means if we restrict this sigma to F, so it will be equal to identity of F. I will make an illustration on this situation. This is a K. This is subset of K. Maybe it is also a subfield also, but in general it's subset. So this is the automorphism on K, sigma, we call sigma, for example. And this sigma, if we restrict it to the F, will be equal to identity of F. Then we call this F fixed. It is fixed. We call this sigma fix the element of F. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually, if we collect this automorphism, we will meet a subgroup of automorphism of K. In general, we have out K. In this situation, we have out which fix F, and this set is a subgroup of out K. This is a group. This is a subgroup under composition. Yeah. The interesting thing is if K is prime subfield means it is generated by a unit, and it will be isomorph with Q or field with characteristic P prime. Yeah. We are lucky because our field is Q, it is prime, so every automorphism will fix Q in our case. Yeah, this is the properties. Yeah, this is the subgroup, is what I told before. And also interesting here and important properties, then for any sigma in out K over F, sigma alpha, alpha is algebraic over F. The image of this alpha is also a root of the minimal polynomial for alpha over F. Yeah, this is also the important properties. Okay, this is the simple example. We have already known yesterday this q square root 2. This is a extension field of q, and since q is prime subfield of q square root 2, we have the automorism will be same. And from the last proposition, we know that square root 2 is root of x square minus 2, right? And we have still another root, what's it, minus square root 2. So the proposition said that if tau or sigma is in out q square root 2 over q, tau ya, tau square root 2 is equal to minus, yeah, because minus square root 2 is also a root, this is also a root, and the image of this one must be in this one, or maybe to itself, right? So only two possibility, this, yeah, call it, this is the possibility one, then the other is comes to itself, yeah. If we choose this one, so the automorphism will be identity, and if we choose this one, we will meet isomorphism. So we only have two possibility for the out q square root 2. This is identity and isomorphism. Yeah, you know that this is the general form of the element in the extension field. So if we have these numbers and we apply this tau, we will have this one or this one. Because A and B are in Q, so we know that this automorphism of fixed Q, so A will be in A and B will go to B itself, and this is plus minus because we have two possibility. It will be positive if we use this one, and will be negative if we use this one. Okay, so this is the possibility of the automorphism in this extension of field. Yeah, this is what I said before. So this out q square root 2 is only have two elements, and it will be isomorph with this z2. Okay, before we come to here, I will give you another example. So, yeah, we will find this out of Q the real root of this polynomial. Yeah, we only consider the real root here. Okay, let's name it K, this field. And take any sigma in this out K over Q. Yeah, we will see what happened with this sigma if we apply to the element in this field. This is A plus B. Yeah. Will be sigma A is equal to A itself, yeah, and this one sigma B. Well, maybe I directly, yeah, it's equal to A itself, B itself, and this is sigma, and this is C sigma third root 2 square. Yeah. So according to the proposition, the image of this root must be in the root, but our root in the our real root here only one, this. So it means the image of this one must be in third root 2 itself. Yeah. So it means sigma of this is equal to this one. So what happens if we have this situation? It means the sigma is identity. So the only possibility of element in this automorphism is identity. So we only have the singleton. Okay, now we can, we come to this proposition. Now we have what is we will see what is the relationship between the group and the field. Yeah, proposition said that if we have H as a subgroup of this automorphism, then the collection F of elements of K fixed by all elements of H is a subfield of K. Yeah. And if let H be a subgroup of automorphism of K, the subfield A of K fixed by all elements of H is called the fixed field of H. Yeah, we already know about this situation. Yeah, maybe I can skip this one. Let A be splitting field over F of the polynomial Fx, then the cardinality of this automorphism is less or equal to the degree of A over F. If Fx is separable, then the cardinality will be the same, equal to the degree. Now consider a simple extension A, F of alpha, and let Px polynomial in Fx having alpha as a root. If alpha is the only root of this polynomial, then we have the cardinality is equal to 1. So we have already know in this example that this is only the example of cardinality of automorphism is equal to 1, the singleton. Yeah, this is about separable. Yesterday we have already talked about separable. Yeah, our example is actually the separable one. Yeah. Okay, now we come to our main topic in the Galois theory. This is the definition first. Yeah, we have K as a finite extension of F. K is said to be Galois over F, and and K over F is a Galois extension if K is normal. Normal means a splitting, and it's the same meaning. Normal, separable, and finite over F. If K over F is Galois, the group out K over F is called the Galois group. So this is a special case with K. This extension is Galois, then the group is called also Galois group. So remember to, easy to remember that the name is preserved here. And as a corollary, if K is splitting field over F of a separable polynomial Fx, then K over F is Galois. This is the characterization of Galois. We have four statements are equivalent. K is Galois over F, then K is the splitting field of a separable polynomial Px in Fx, and the elements of F are fixed by all sigma in automorphism K, and the cardinality of this automorphism, this Galois group, is equal to the degree of K over F. Yeah.
Can I see the one before?
Oh, the slide before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in 3 we should say that the elements of F are precisely the ones that are fixed by out K. Because if you take, for instance, Q zeta, Q in the Q group of 2, and F is Q, then Q is also fixed. So that is not enough. We should say that they are
Precisely. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, precisely. F. Yeah. Okay. Now we come back to our last example. This is Q square root 2 over Q. This is a Galois. With Galois group is isomorph with Z2, but the extension of this one is not Galois. Why? This one. Oh no, not this. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. Why this is not a Galois? Maybe one of the indicator is this is the polynomial with degree 3, but this automorphism, this Galois group is only singleton, so the cardinality is not same. And also, if you still remember, yeah, this one. You still remember that this polynomial has another roots, which is not in this field. So in this field, this extension field doesn't contain all the root of this polynomial. But this field contains all the root of this polynomial. So this extension is Galois over Q, but this one is not Galois over Q, because this is not normal. This is normal. So the condition of Galois extension is normal, separable, and finite. In our case, finite. But this is normal, but this is not formal. This is splitting, but this is not splitting. Okay, this is the other example. Consider now extension Q square root 2 and square root 3. This is Galois over square root 2 and square root 3 is root of the polynomial. So yeah, we have the polynomial this one, x squared minus 2 by x squared minus 3. Yeah, and the roots are this one and also this one. Yeah. So four roots here. And how we can find the automorphism? So this is out Q square 2 square 3. Okay, as according to the proposition, the image of the root should be also in another root. So we have the list here for possibility. The first one is the root comes to itself, and the other one you can see this is from positive to negative, and this one. We have 4 possibility. Oh yeah. Okay, please.
Is it possible to ask to map from square root 2 to square root 3 for the automorphism and vice versa? And
I think it must be a homomorphism, yeah, right? I don't think so. It is a homomorphism, this mapping. I'm not sure. But we have to check it, and I'm not sure.
That cannot be done. Can you apply the criteria not to the whole polynomial, but only to the factor? You apply it to x squared minus 2. So there is this criteria that the roots should go to root. But then you apply this to the quadratic factor and not to the whole.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we only have 4 possibilities, and now we will consider what groups here, what kind of group we have here. Yeah, we know that the cardinality is 4. Yeah. But what kind of group here? For example, we consider 2 automorphism there, sigma and tau, which this one, yeah. So we choose 2 from the 4th. Then we consider what happen if we apply the sigma to square root of 6. Actually, we have this is equal to minus square root of 6. So we have explicitly like this situation, and we conclude that sigma square as this identity, and also tau square is also identity. Yeah, because brings square root 2 and square root 3 to itself, to themselves. And we also the composition between sigma and tau, you can see this computation. Then we conclude that this group contains the kind of element, so identity, tau, sigma, and composition of sigma tau, and it is isomorphic to the Klein 4 group. Now we comes to the other. Oh yeah, we will see what happened with this group. You know, this is the group, yeah, and 4 sets above are subgroup, and we have in this fifth side, this is the fifth, subfields. And what happened? We see that both of them make some good relation, yeah, good connection here, but in reverse. Yeah, this is the biggest one here, and the biggest one up here. So the reverse.
I think there is a typo there.
Oh yeah.
Typo, it should be sigma times tau, not sigma comma tau.
Oh, should be.
In the q square root 6, it should be sigma times tau, not sigma comma tau.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yes, it should be sigma composite times tau. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, this is the fundamental theorem of Galois theory. Now we should consider carefully because a little bit more symbol here. Let K over F be a Galois extension at G a Galois group is fit. We can find a bijection between two families. The first one is the collection or the family of fields between F and K. So the subfields of K which contains E, which contain F, and the other side, the other family is the family of subgroup of G. So in the right side, this is the family of the set of mapping or homomorphism, and the other side is the set or family of subfield. Yeah. And what happened here, we can bring any subfield E which contains F to the set of automorphism, the set of G, which fix this E. Yeah, you can understand now? So we bring this E to the set of automorphism, which is fix E itself. And for every subgroup in G, we map to the set of X element in K, which sigma of X is equal to X itself for any sigma in H. Okay, this is two families, but we have the bijection here. And we also have the interesting properties about this situation. This one. Suppose A1 corresponds to H1 and A2 corresponds to H2 and respectively, then if we have A1 is contained in A2, means in this the other families is the reverse. So if A2 is bigger than A1, means here H2 is smaller than H1. Yeah, so the reverse. And also if we have a chain here, A corresponding to H, then the degree of K over A for A is equal to the cardinality of H, and the degree of A over F is this is the index G of H. I will give the illustration here. So K, A, F, yeah, like this. This is the K over E is equal to H, and this is yeah, like this. And also K over A is always Galois with Galois group H itself. Another properties. A is Galois over F if and only if it's a normal subgroup of G. If this is the case, then the Galois group is isomorphic to the quotient group, this one. Yeah. If A1 and A2 corresponding to H1 and H2 respectively, then the intersections will be corresponding to this one, this is subgroup generated by H1 and H2, and the composite is A1, A2 corresponding to the intersection of H1 and H2. Okay, I think this is the last example, but I still have another example here. This is interesting to see. I try to make a diagram between yeah. Yeah, you still remember this one? So Q is here in the bottom. We have Q as this one as an extension field of this Q, and we also, if you still remember, we also have a Q, zeta, zeta 3, third root of 2, and we have also and also we have Q square minus 3. All of them are extension field of Q, and this is the extension field of each of these. Yeah. And what about the Galois group of this field of extension? Yeah, we have in the top is this is identity in the Galois group, and this is sigma. Yeah, this is sigma tau, sigma. This is tau. This is sigma tau sigma, and this is tau sigma square. You see the diagram like this is similar or have the same form, and this is, we can also see this is the relation between this extension field here and this subgroup here. You remember that the subgroup here and the corresponding between the subgroup here and the subfield here means that this subgroup, the element of the subgroup fix this subfield. Yeah. So this sigma is sends to rho. Rho means this one. Yeah. And this tau, this is the definition of the automorphism, and this tau so the sigma restricts in Q it's a sigma. Yeah, this is fixed, this one, and this one is tau from send to this one. This is rho example. Yeah, this tau, this one, yeah, this one go to this one, correspond this one because tau fix this root and also fix the Q. So tau Q identity and this subfield. Yeah. Okay, I think maybe we can discuss it detail tomorrow, yeah, about the two diagrams and about the relation between the two diagrams before the time is up now. And thank you very much for your attention, and see you tomorrow.